I've heard some really sad stories about, people that put their whole life savings and sent that wire.
Yeah.
And then it's just gone.
How is real estate?
Oh, Lordy. Now, let's see. I get this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
How's the market? It's steady.
I have no complaints. I mean, I think it's a good market. I think it's a great time for buyers.
Awesome for buyers.
I mean, buyers are getting some good deals.
There's some deals to be had out there. And I mean, remember a few years ago?
We were like, we don't want a buyer. We don't want a buyer. And that's the only way I make money is buyers. And I was like, no more buyers.
And I felt so sorry for them.
Because so
they, okay, I want to buy this house and, close your ears as the lender, but the foundation's wobbly. There's cast iron sewer lines that are crumbling underneath the house and you paid $100,000 over list. So there's your house.
Mm-hmm. It's
Have
funny.
Fun.
This morning, I got a text from an agent who my agent had presented an offer on one of her listings. And when she texted me, I was like, oh, I've texted with this agent before. I didn't know who she was. And I looked back up and it was a text from 2021 that said, I've received your client's offer. They've got an appraisal waiver. They're $15,000 over asking. Are we solid? And I just kind of giggled as I saw that this morning. And when she called me on the phone, she said, I just realized that we had communicated a few years ago. And I said, yeah. And she goes, how the market has changed. I said, you know what? I thought the same thing when I looked at it. So yeah.
But I remember those days. Yeah. Tammie, will you call for my buyers, please?
Oh, please.
There's only 40 offers on this house. I'm hoping that mine will win.
Yes, Susan, I will call and I will profess my love for this buyer and how solid they are.
Tell them we'll waive it off.
At 10:30 on Sunday night.
Yes. Because that's when she's going through the spreadsheet of all the other 39 offers.
Yes, times have changed.
It's a little different, but I actually like it better.
I do too. It's more normal and more fair, and it's a good.
It is. And what do they say? Like the best deal is when both people feel like they got a good deal.
That's so true. It is so true. So true.
Nobody wants to feel like,
totally.
they got raked over the coals or, everyone wants to feel positive about their buying and selling experience. Like it's not fair.
4 deals that I just got this week, and all 4 of them are first-time home buyers, and they're all in about the $250 to $300 price range, which you couldn't do that.
No, you couldn't find one.
Those people were basically locked out of the market, and now they have a chance at home ownership, and that makes my job fun. Like when you see these first-time home buyers because they couldn't buy a couple of years ago. So it's different.
I remember when we had our little Facebook chat for our office group, and somebody said around, I think it was around 21, where they're like, does anyone have anything for first-time home buyers around 250? And you responded, I will pray for you.
I did.
And I was
and now
look,
the same thing. It worked.
Look,
we're back.
Your prayers were answered.
We're back.
It's just a little delayed.
We're back.
I think she might have retired by now, that agent. But hey, if she would have stayed in the game,
it would have come full circle.
Yeah, she could have found them out.
It does. Sometimes it's just a waiting game. Sometimes, whatever.
It's all about timing.
Yes.
You had just joined our office as the lender. This was our Eddie office. And we were at our office manager's house, and I was like, that girl looks really familiar. I just knew it. I knew you looked familiar. But I couldn't pinpoint it. And then I think somebody said something about like fajitas or something. And then it just, ding.
I think that was 2012, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Chili's.
Yeah.
So then we figured out we worked together at Chili's.
In 1992
or
3 in Lubbock.
Yeah.
Texas
in Lubbock.
Tech. Red Raiders.
Yes.
Red
Raiders.
Yes.
So that was, and it was different then. Chili's was different in Lubbock. Lubbock was different. But
have you been lately? Chili's is pretty good. It's like coming back. It's making a comeback.
There's 2 Chili's there now.
I know.
There was only one.
I know.
And it was like the place to go.
Like if you could get a job waiting tables at that Chili's, you had landed in prime time in Lubbock, Texas.
It was a premier job.
Yeah.
I mean, you did not show up with your shoes dirty.
Or your apron dirty.
No. I mean, if you had fajita sauce or some kind of hickory sauce.
The Rojo burger.
from the Rojo Burger, if it had slipped on your shoe and it was dirty, you could have
Going
gotten
back home.
fired. Yeah, you could have gotten fired for that. Because there was a line. There's a line for people.
I told my husband this morning that I was coming here to do this with you. And
He worked there too.
that's how I met my husband, was at Chili's in Lubbock. And so he said, what are y'all going to talk about? And I said, we may talk about some Mug Rack Rodeo. And he goes, ooh, yeah, Mug Rack Rodeo.
Yes.
So what was Mug Rack Rodeo?
So I'm pretty sure that only could have happened in the Chili's in Lubbock.
100%.
Yes. So the mug racks were what we put all of our mugs in, and they were glass.
Heavy.
They were heavy glass. Now they have plastic.
They're plastic. But you would carry how many?
I think I got up to 14 was my, you would put them all in your hands and then you would like that.
Yep. And carry
them. And then you would walk back and then you would put them in the mug racks. Mm-hmm. And then one of our coworkers, I mean, he wasn't on the wrangling team or the rodeo team or anything, but he would try to.
You can't even explain it.
Like, he would treat it as if it were cattle.
Yeah. And he would ride on one and then
down the line. And
it was just fun. We had to pass the time of day.
That was normally we were busy though, because it was the third busiest Chili's in the world.
Yeah. Seriously, it really was. It really was.
Is that statistically accurate?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
It was
not anymore, but at the time, yeah.
At the time it was, because it was like the only thing. I mean, people would come in from Rawls, New Mexico. They would come in from all over the panhandle.
Like it was homecoming. They were eating at Chili's. That was their date night. I mean, it was like I'm serious.
They were
in
going,
West Texas,
that
was the place to be.
South Plains Mall, then Chili's. It was like a day out in South Texas or in Southwest Texas.
And what would we say when we were coming around the corner?
Corner.
Yeah, or coming around.
Yeah, or corner or behind you, side.
So you didn't run into each other?
Yeah.
Aaron said that this morning. He goes, make sure you say, coming around.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But those people were the salt of the earth, our customers. But it was the third busiest. I did, because David worked as an accountant for Brinker.
Oh, that's right. He was a Brinker.
So he did confirm that for me. It was the third busiest Chili's. And then remember when Norman Brinker came?
Like that was royalty in the building. It was
he came to visit
Norm
our store,
is here.
And it was like I couldn't have washed more windows. Remember, I mean, spraying down everything, and we were ready for him to come in. It was a proud moment.
I love our life together.
I know. It was
do we have a
moment.
third adventure coming? I don't know what.
Hopefully.
We've done restaurants, real estate. What do you want to do next?
Will we ever retire?
I don't know.
I think we should go back and wait tables again.
I do too.
Because I think that was, I don't know if I could physically, like, could we do it? We'd probably have to train for it. Like, we need to get
I'd be a little fussier. I probably wouldn't win any service awards.
Not be as nice.
But like, what do you want?
I mean, and now they don't even write stuff down now. They kind of have to memorize. Well, if you could put it in a computer, that's fine. But like, sometimes you go and they think they're going to memorize it. And that's not going to happen.
No. Well, so I started in that industry when you did everything by hand, and then you went to a computer. And then I started in mortgage in 97, and you had to type everything, like the deed of trust and all that.
Like typewriter.
Like all on a typewriter. Same thing with contracts, remember? And then we went digital. So I think we've seen two different industries evolve.
Yes.
So the next industry to evolve, I don't know what that will be, but we'll figure
And now we're here doing YouTube videos.
Podcasts, yes. Okay, so let's talk real estate.
Would we have ever thought that we would be doing YouTube videos, or even that YouTube existed, or cell phones, or any of those things? But hey, we're young now.
We're here.
We're only 30.
We're here.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me about your venture in the mortgage industry. So you said you started in 97.
Yes, I started in 97 and stayed at one job for many years, and have recently switched to cross country mortgage. It's been amazing. Like best thing I've ever done for myself, for my agents, for my clients. I mean, products that I had never been exposed to, great rates, great team behind the scenes. So it's been amazing. So good switch.
And I know it's amazing for you, but like for me as a realtor working with you, nothing ever changed.
Yeah.
You know, other than you might have more products to provide, or, you know, maybe your underwriters are more accessible or something like that. But like, I've never seen I mean, it's still the same Tammie. I get Tammie. It gives me good service. So that's awesome.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So we've done a lot of deals together.
And we've,
A lot of fun ones.
Interesting ones.
Yes. We've learned a lot together. So a lot of personal deals.
Yeah.
You finance some of my own
You're a big real estate
personal
investor.
investment property.
Yeah.
So tell me about, like, if I decide, hey, I want to buy a house today, what's the first thing that I need to do? Do I need to call my real estate agent and have them show me 30 houses first? Or what should I do?
Well, that would probably be not a wise idea for the client to go look at 30 houses before they've talked to the lender. Ideally, in a perfect world. And I know that the world is not always perfect. Sometimes people just are driving by and they see a house and they didn't even know they wanted to move. And they are like, I've got to see it. So I get that. But if you are a buyer and you know that you're going to be out there house hunting, especially a first-time home buyer. I mean, this can apply to anybody, but really a first-time home buyer, you need to talk to the lender first. And I find that people kind of treat me like the dentist, where they're afraid of me. Like I could tell them no and they don't want to hear no. So we're just not going to talk to her. We're going to ignore her until we really, that tooth hurts and you got to go talk to them. But I have a good story. So I have a great referral partner agent of mine, and she'd been showing these high level clients some houses. And finally she said, hey, you're going to have to talk to a lender if we're going to get serious about making an offer on this property. So the clients called, they're both physicians, and I start interviewing them and asking them the questions. What do you do for a living? How long have you worked there? I get personal with them. I have to. And in the course of the interview, I learned that they had just become self-employed. They had just bought a medical practice within the last few months. And there was no record of what their income currently is. And
they could have been making double what they made before.
Yeah.
But there's no record.
We don't know, as a new business owner, do you have a lot of startup cost? Did you have to buy a building for that medical practice? Did you have to buy medical equipment? The computers, everything. When you start a new business, there's a lot of expenses. Yeah. So there was no record of what they were going to file for their income. So I had to let them know that they were not in a position to purchase a home. Whereas if they had come to me before they started looking and before they fell in love with that amazing home and before the agent had wasted her time on showing everybody, we could have had a better plan put into place for them, a better time frame. So getting with the lender first and foremost, if you're going to have financing on a home, you have to do it. Like, that's the most important thing, because you've probably been in that position before too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You've gotten the call and you're like, okay, I'm going to go sell these people a house, and you jump up and you go show it to them, and then.
And it's people I know, hey, they're solid. Like they're responsible with their money. I mean, they have good jobs. Yeah. But it might not meet what Freddie and Fannie think works for that loan that they're going to get into. And then all of a sudden they don't qualify, and everybody's just dumbfounded that they wouldn't qualify, but that can happen.
It does. And unfortunately, it's a hard conversation to have with them and with the agent, because I don't want you guys to ever waste your time, but
Well, and it's sad, especially if they did go under contract and then there's another party involved with the seller, and, they're under contract and then they have to go back on the market. And that's always a difficult situation for a seller, and that's never fun. So, what about, let's talk about some fun things, some little hiccup things. So, I was showing this buyer, we got under contract and they wanted a 3-car garage. And so we found a house with a 3-car garage. And so naturally, like right before we closed, they had to go out and buy a car because, they were buying a 3-car.
Oh, and you need to fill that garage.
Yeah. So they had to buy a new car. Okay. So how does that work?
So funny. I've got another story.
Or they might have needed a refrigerator.
Yes.
Because, they're moving into a house.
So a lender will do, it's called a UDM, an undisclosed debt monitoring. It's a true term. And when we pull a client's credit for the loan application, we will continue to monitor their credit throughout the process. It's kind of like we're Oz. Right. We pull the curtain back and we're like, hey, are they doing anything? Right. So we'll get an alert if they've had a credit inquiry for Nebraska Furniture Mart, Conn's Credit, the car dealership, whatever. And so then I have to call, which I just had this happen like 2 days ago. And I got the alert that someone had bought a car. So I had to call her and I said, hey, I got this alert that you had a car dealership pull your credit. Did you get a new car? And she said, I did. I said, oh, okay. You're supposed to close on Friday. And I'm now going to have to add this debt to the application. The file's got to go back through underwriting. We have to make sure that you qualify with that new debt. And she said, oh, is this going to hurt my file? We got through it. It was good. It was okay. She had the capacity to handle that new car payment, but a lot of people don't. And I mean, car payments that we see these days, they could be upwards of $1,000, and that could be a deal breaker. A $1,000 car payment basically has you qualify for about $100,000 less in a sales price.
Wow.
Amount.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is big. And so it can be very impactful. So yes, we do. We monitor it. And you as a home buyer, you don't want to do anything on your credit while you're in this process. There are times where people will call and say, Tammie, I totaled my car. I have to get a new car.
Right.
Can I do it? And I always say, thank you. Thank you for calling me first.
Right.
So that we can get through it. I might say, this is going to impact you, or you can't have a car payment more than this much for the new one. So just make sure that that's what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So if people will call me in advance and ask those questions instead of doing it after the fact, it's always a much smoother transaction and will help.
Well, and also, even if they did still qualify, you said you have to go back through underwriting.
Yeah.
It
stops everything dead in its tracks, because you have to add that new debt to the credit report. Mm-hmm. So you've got to now call the car dealership, get the account number. What's the balance? What's the payment? And so it'll delay it 3 or 4 days. And then now I've got to call you, the agent, and say, I'm so sorry, your client bought a new car and now your closing's delayed. Now you've got to go call the listing agent and be like, So
and then the listing agent's like, well, my seller has to buy another house and they needed the money to, it's like a total domino.
Yeah.
And even if you still qualified, but it was just delayed a couple days, that can mess a lot of things up.
Yeah. It does.
You have to change movers. You got to change. It just can, cause a lot of.
The good agents and the good lenders that are, giving that personal service, they're telling their clients up front. We are warning our clients about having their credit pulled. We're warning our clients about wire fraud. That's
big
a
time.
huge thing in our industry, and that, we're all warning people up front. So it matters on who you're doing business with too. And I think that, whenever you refer a client to me, that I'm holding their hand going, don't do this, don't do that, watch out for this. And you're doing this. So it's important.
Yeah. It's kind of like we've learned through the years of, being in this industry, what to look for. Mm-hmm. We pass that along to our clients. And then, the other one that's always fun is, the solar panels.
Oh gosh.
Solar panels. I remember we had those on a transaction, and man, those things can be that can be a lot. It's basically a lien on your house.
Yes, it is a big deal.
It can make it hard to sell your house. It can make it hard, even though the transaction we had, they were fully paid for. But I remember you telling me it's to keep the paperwork, make sure that that you've proven that it's been paid for, because, there's just so many problems with those liens.
If the new buyer has to take over that lien and they have to qualify with that payment of the solar panels, and a lot of time, now it's in the contract. Yes. Before it wasn't. Yeah. So that's a very new thing that's in the contract. Thank goodness. Mm-hmm. But before, nobody would say the property had solar panels. I'd get the appraisal back. And that's when I would find out, is we would come out of underwriting and they'd be like, we need all the solar panel paperwork. And be like, what solar panels? Yeah. But my favorite is when I would call the agent and say, hey, I need all the solar panel paperwork. And the agent would go, there's solar panels on that house? So now I tell agents, I'm like, when you're showing a buyer, look up, look down, you're looking at the foundation, you're looking for solar panels, all the things. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I've been bit by solar panels so many times.
Yes.
it's
they can be a problem.
Yes.
They can be a real problem. I'm sure they're great if they're fully paid for and saving you money every month on your electric bill, but most of the time they're a red flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
for sure.
like I've had people steal my listings and put it as rent.
Yeah.
I haven't had a wire.
Yeah. I think wire fraud's it's a hot topic. It's not as much as what it was anymore because we do so much to like circumvent it. Like the title company does such a good job of warning everybody. We do it. You guys do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did have a transaction one time where, you know, we had sent everything like look out for wire fraud, whatever. And the client calls and he says, "Hey, Tammie, I'm at the bank and I'm just, you know, I'm looking for that email that you sent with the amount. And for some reason I can't find it. Go ahead and give me the amount again." And I was like, I haven't given you an amount for closing. Like we haven't even gotten the settlement statement prepared yet for your final numbers. And this was like probably 3 days before closing. And I said, now tell me again, what did you get? And he said, well, I got an email from the title company that said the amount that I needed to bring and that I needed to wire it today.
Oh gosh.
And I mean, thank goodness that guy called me because he would have sent that wire away and the wire was like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
And he just happened to call and it was just a fluke. And so it had been where the title company I think it was actually maybe the listing agent that had been hacked. And so they fraudulated the title company's signature email. They changed one teeny tiny letter. Like it was a double T. Like the last name was like, and I'm making this up, like DeWitt, and DeWitt had one T and they put a double T so that the I couldn't catch it. And then it looked like it was real. And so he was going to send the wire across. But we caught it. So I thank goodness that's the only time that I've been that close on a wire fraud.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Because it's devastating. It's devastating.
Yeah.
And I've heard some really sad stories about, you know, people that put their whole life savings and sent that wire.
Yeah.
And then it's just gone.
Yeah.
So luckily, I think banks have been a little bit better about holding and not
just shooting it out right away so they can pull it back.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, it's very rampant. So
I think, you know, in all, the market is good. It's changed. It's just it's more of a buyer's market right now, which is not a bad thing. I mean,
especially for you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially for me, because that's how I work with buyers. Could rates, you know, come down some? Yes, but we don't want them to come down too fast. Yeah. Because then we'll be right back in inflation issues. So there's definitely a balance that needs to be out there. But right now, I'm just like, I'm enjoying it for these buyers, being able to get good deals and just a more like even playing field. Yeah,
no, I agree. I think it's a much more balanced market. It's so much the pace.
It doesn't feel like hurry.
And you don't, it's, you know, there was a lot of buyer's remorse in the times where they had to, you know, make a decision in 30 seconds or even maybe with not even looking at the house. Yeah. I had plenty of people that bought a house sight unseen. Yeah. And so now that they can take their time, I just think it's really good. And the sellers, I know things are sitting a little bit longer, but I will tell you, if your house is in good location and it's priced right and it's in good condition, there's still multiple offers out there. Yeah. I still get involved in that. So, and at all price points too. Yeah. I mean, even at the $1 million price points, if your house is in good condition and it's in a good location and priced right, that's the thing. Yeah. You got to price it for today's market, but they're still selling. So I like that. It's a much more happy place to be in as far as I'm concerned.
Well, like what we were talking about earlier, that One Big Beautiful Bill has got some really good real estate stuff in it. You've got the SALT tax deduction that has increased from $10,000 to $40,000 for earners $500,000 and below. You've got mortgage insurance that you can now deduct for earners $500,000 and below. And now the mortgage interest deduction, which was set to go away in 2025, is now permanent. So if you've got mortgage interest that you're paying up to on a loan amount up to $750, you can now deduct that. So that's big savings. That's a $12,000 to $15,000 tax savings for people. So there's a lot, there's good stuff out there. Right. So I think real estate's going to keep going. It just has its ebbs and its flows, and we're just kind of normal right now. Yeah. Like we're seeing what we saw, 15 years earlier, and it's just a more normal market, not that craziness. So
and we like normal.
We do. We're normal. We're easy
We don't
going
like
people.
we don't need all this craziness. We just need to kind of
Just calm.
be on a level playing field and we like that.
But let's figure out what our next adventure, our third segment of our lives together is going to be. Let's do something fun.
We got to think about that.
We'll do that.